evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is a Monday night. It's a short week. The market was pretty green. The SPY ended up closing up. It was up early, came down, and ran back up. And we'll take a look at everything. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And here you go. If you want to see the heat map right there, that's how it closed. It was really green earlier. And again, it went kind of, the SPY was down at one point. You know, I posted about it, and then it came back and closed up. And then I think it actually went down in the after hours, if I remember correctly. There you go. And how about that bull? We had that all, we were all over that thing. And that thing ran like an animal today. We knew it was going to run like a bull. It got halted a few times, so that was cruising along there. There's that metals company. That's actually looking really good. Them industrial mining and metal and all them guys are looking really good, especially like that AREC one. And Phil Trait is all over that one. Gave it to us early, that coking coal, and a lot of them were up. And some of them guys. So we'll go through all of them and see what's going to happen. But yeah, we just go sector, and by sector, and popper by popper, and just nail them. I mean, and again, it's a group effort. It's a team effort. So everybody join in. Post some poppers that you think are going to be popping, and let's look at them. And then we make an ultimate watch list here. I post it out. So if you don't know the list that we're going through, I post it out on X each night and StockTwit. So follow along. And if you want to see anything that's not on the list, obviously send it over. And I know Barb did send over too, and I forgot to write them down. So we'll make sure we get to them. Let me see. Where were they? I totally forget what they were. And I said, I have to write them down, and I just thought of it. And I know they're, I'll find them. And then Barb, if you're listening, just post them up real quick, and we'll, oh, there they are, CDT and DXF. I see them. CDT and DXF right there. There we go. So we got them. All right, here we go. We'll get started, and let's cruise through our market and see what's going on. But again, we just kind of follow around any opportunity. And as AMPD dead, we'll go right over that. Blue collar Teamster, how are you? And it's a sucker punch. There you go. You don't want to get hit by one of them, I don't think, but there you are. So we'll keep an eye on everything, and I'll go through it and see what's going on. You know that, and we'll find out what's going to be popping, like Logic Mark right here. How about that one, guys? I mean, how patient can you be to find that bottom when this thing was consistently pulling back and saying, yo, let's look at this thing. We know where that bottom is, and it was down there. We knew it was under that penny. 0.007. I told you I was buying it when it was down there, and it's up now, and tomorrow it looks pretty good to try to run up. So let's see where it goes. I wasn't giving up on it. I could tell the setup was still working out. That's why I kept you guys updated and said, hey, it still looks good to me. And obviously it's not nothing's guaranteed, but the chart still looked good to me. There was no reason why it didn't. It was just taking its time for whatever reason, and that's perfectly fine. We have patience, and here we go. Let's see if this bad boy can really get cruising. Your 20's way up there at like 5 cents. We'll see. I mean, it could get ripping, guys, and it had some crazy volume there, 197 million. So I'd expect it to be pretty strong again tomorrow. It's been up there the last few trading days. 264, what was it, 197, 264 yesterday or Friday, and then 131, 237, 16. I mean, you're talking major volume right here on this Logic Mark. Obviously it's really cheap, so it's easy to have a lot of volume, but it is obviously being traded or short, obviously traded around whichever which way. I have no idea, who cares, but it looks like it's going to be cruising. And that one we've been watching, and there we go. So we'll be watching it tomorrow. And how about STSS still cruising up here and ran up pretty well actually today? And I'd keep I'd be careful with it tomorrow. We'll look at it. It could cruise up some more, don't get me wrong, but just be careful with it. We'll see how it opens up in the morning. But it did. It ran 3 cents up to 5, and it came back, and it's close. Hey, look at that close, 0.420 on the 420 week right there. It has that nice little close, and so we'll see. Look at that. That's a beauty. And Sunday and Easter are 420. How great is that? You're gonna have a stoned Easter bunny delivering Easter presents to your house. And so yeah, he'll be stopping at every dispensary, especially if he's rolling through New Jersey, because I'm telling you, there's a dispensary on every corner now. It's insane. They went from like only being medicinal and then recreational with just the big companies to straight out like put a dispensary on every single corner. It doesn't even matter now. So yeah, we have like 18 dispensaries I can throw a rock and hit. It's insane. And so yeah, I'm sure they'll have major parties going on all weekend long. And here we are, back to whatever we were looking at. But yeah, I know we looked at STSS. And again, I would keep an eye on it tomorrow. It did get out of that basement and it's not looking terrible. It's still curling up. So we will keep an eye on it. Just be careful because it has run up, but it still looks pretty strong right there. It didn't look as strong on the FinViz on that close. But then again, the aftermarket's not exactly right like the pre-market. So it does. I still have to make sure that that chart's right. Hopefully they get that bad boy fixed up and then we'll be really cruising along, because some of these we can just look at the one chart. Obviously I like to look at both on a lot of them, but some of them we can kind of cruise right through. If the charts are right, it won't really matter too much, and the ones I really want to look at, then you just take a quick peek and then we can cruise right through. And that's what I was saying before, but here now we're going to cruise right through and take a peek at all these guys. And that DMN did run up a little bit today, and that is looking much better, guys. And that thing got way down there and has, yeah, look at that, across the 20 right there, and it was way down there. Wasn't it? Like, I was gonna say, this isn't even what I'm looking at. I'm trying to find this one right here, and that's what I'm looking. I was like, did it cross the 20? I didn't remember that, but I was looking at that other one, like it crossed the 20. No, it didn't cross the 20. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong chart there. And that's why I said it real. I was like, across the 20. I didn't realize that. That's crazy, because it was under like a half a cent the other day. But whatever. It did run today though. And again, remember, it got under like that 0.0037. I mean, it's under a half a penny here. And then it ran up to that 0.0056. And it's at that 0.0041. And obviously, guys, this thing was trading at a penny and way higher. It was at 2 cents, 4 cents, 6 cents, all the way up to here where it was at 27 cents. So it did, and I don't think it reverse split, because we would probably see it on one of these, and I don't remember doing it. So yeah, this thing just got beaten down, way down. And remember, we were looking at it to see if all the other ones wanted to do it, and it could still very well be a great opportunity. Look at it; it's still under a half a cent down there. So keep an eye on that DMN, and obviously we're looking at Logic Mark, STSS, and SUNE could be a popper tomorrow morning too. It was trying to move up here. It's trying to get cruising. Look at it. I saw it. Laptop Travel was posting about it, so I did take a quick peek at it. And look at it. It does look like it's trying to set back up this SUNE. So I would definitely keep an eye on this bad boy as well tomorrow. Look at this thing looking really good at 2 cents, and it got up to 3. And again, we love to find them when they get to the bottom. And as long as it doesn't matter if you don't get it at that 1 cent or 1.5 when it got down to that bottom, it's perfectly fine. Even if you catch it right here, as long as you know it's going up and popping, you don't want to catch it right here at 27 cents, and then the next thing you know, you're down here at 6. That's what you don't want to do. So it's perfectly fine, and that's what you have to be very patient. We've been getting them very cheap, like Logic Mark under a penny there, and then today it's going up, and hopefully tomorrow it runs up even more, it looks like. So yeah, that's what we've been looking at on these penny stocks and these cheap ones, and just let them get beat way down. Then we discover that bottom, and again, that's when you get in them. Don't try to pick that bottom too early. It'll get you crushed. I mean, it did run up that day. I do remember SUNE, and didn't it even try to reverse split recently? Maybe it didn't. I don't really remember, but they had a closing or something. That was right. They had direct offerings going on, and these companies all do that stuff. So I remember it did run up real quick, and then it came way back down. So yeah, look at that thing. It ran up to 54 cents that day. It opened at 45, and it came down to 3. And so yeah, these are great opportunities, guys. And again, we're just being super patient, making sure. So we'll look at this one in the morning as well, SUNE, and we'll make sure that one wants to get really cruising, but it's not looking bad. And how about BDRX right here? Let's see what this one wants to do. Good old BDRX. it did pull back today. I was looking at it, but it's in that channel. And remember, it ran up big time in the after hours on Friday right here. You can see it. And again, you can't really see it on there. It got up to what, 177. It ran up into the 260s. I remember something like that. 240s, 248. That's what it was. And so, yeah, it did run up there. And today it's just hanging out 177 to 186. And now it's at 157. And let's take a look at it tomorrow. It still looks pretty good right there in that channel. So tomorrow we'll take a look and see. And you can tell they have been pulling back a little bit and running up. So once they get into that channel, that's what they want to do. They fight to get in there, so we'll take a look at it. It could dip down as well, obviously, and that could be its big run up right here. So obviously, we'll be watching that one tomorrow to see what it exactly wants to do. And this hit, I told you guys this was going to be a nice hit, and it was popping up today. I know that. It was running up, I thought, all day today, wasn't it? It says it's up in the after hours. I thought it was up the entire day. It went 72 to 78. We have to see over here because this thing was up, I thought, in the 80s or something. I don't remember exactly, but there you go. Yeah, 69 to 86. It's at 83 right now. I don't even know what that's to. That's the same one. It says it's at 83. I don't remember it closing at 68, but maybe it did pull back and then ran up. I don't really remember, but I know I was looking at it. It was up, and remember, we had it, and I kept saying that was going to be a hit. And we'll take a look at it. It looks much better over on my end on here on the Trend Spider rather than that look right there. So, but again, that's not the candle that you have because look where it's closed at that 68, and it's really up here at 83. So it's higher than where the candle even spiked because you're up here somewhere and the candle spiked there. So yeah, you're like up here. So yeah, big difference right there when you're trying to look at the charts. But look at that thing looking healthy, guys. So you might want to be keeping an eye on HIT. And I said that I said that was going to be a hit real soon. I even posted that. And then APDN, I know you guys wanted to see this, and it did pull back under $1. I know that. It's at 91. I didn't see what it closed at. I just knew it was under $1 today. APDN, let's see, it's 91, even 90. What did it run from? 93 to 98, and then it came down even in the 89 right there. So it looked like it was making that base, and it made that other level down. Let me see what it looks like over here, and that's pretty much what it looks like. I don't think it's really dead. But we have seen this happen multiple times where they start trying to get cruising. They just can't do it. Obviously, that 20 was holding it back, and now it's pushing it down. You might get, and then it had done that split as well. And then that's when we were really looking at it after the split. And now it's pulled back down here. It never really got popping. So might have to just wait for it to level out a little bit more down at this level. And that's where it'll get set up. And sometimes, unfortunately, you got to be a little patient with these. And even if you get in them early and then they pull back, you got to make that decision, cut that loss soon or either just wait for it to base out. And then when you know it's at that bottom about to cruise out, you either average it down just to get out of there safely and get your money back or whatever your situation is that you're trying to do there. But yeah, that one, look at it. It's been doing it. I mean, it jumped up. Obviously, you've been looking at it, and it has been leveling down there. And I do have some, but again, I don't. When it comes to like something like this, I would rather, honestly, I told you guys, I'd rather put my money in ETF 500 and just let it go. I'm telling you, that coin is going to change your life. You've seen how many coins I accumulated for a reason, guys. It wasn't because it wasn't a smart reason. I told you, that thing's going to go nuts, and you'll see. I just watch a few months from now when it's insane. So yeah, all these are just, if they pop up, you play the poppers and then you get out of them. And you don't go heavy in them at all because the market's just insane right now. You're better off looking at all the ETFs, and you know that we go through them. I prefer them, to be honest with you. And these ones are just like a little, we're having fun with it. We're trying to have fun with the market, to be honest with you, just because it's, it's kind of pulling back, doing crazy stuff. There's great opportunities everywhere, so we're pointing them out. But some of them you just have to be very careful. If they're not setting up to do it exactly they want what you want them to do, sometimes it's better just to get right out. I like poured water all over my face. Sorry, guys. Anyway, when I was getting a drink. But yeah, you just got to be careful with these, and obviously you're not trying to load up very heavy because at any moment you could have that market just want to flip around or that crazy tweets coming out and the market set up. You want to have mostly cash to be playing them opportunities, and obviously you want to play the poppers, and if it pulls back, either cut it out quick or wait for it. And obviously it shouldn't be hurting you to be doing other trades. So that's how you want to play it. And clearly, if you want to pick these things, if you don't want to pick the ones that might be a little bit crazy, get in the ones that are going to be moving right away, and so that way they're just quick in and out. And if they're not doing that setup, just get out of them. So that's what I always look at, to be honest with you. And here's Clue, CLEU. Still not looking bad, guys. I have a feeling this could get rolling off of this MACD and start cruising. We'll watch it for a little longer here because look at it. It's just sitting right there. And these things do like to get cruising. And again, that thing looks like the bottom down there at that 146. And you're at 165, 161 area right there. And so keep an eye on this thing, that Clue. It could get cruising after that split. And that did have a split. And so does LICN. I popped it back on the list because we looked at it last night and it was looking pretty good. And look, it says it went up in the after hours. I didn't notice that. I only knew it was just kind of like just bouncing around, but not even really crazy today. What, 340 to 378? And that might have been, yeah, that could have been in the after hours. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see it up that high, but it looked pretty good today. So I had looked at it because we talked about it last night, but it clearly ran up at some point. It looks like the after hours it was running up there, but it looks like it closed at 344. So I don't know what happened there. That's what that says. This says it's up. I don't really know, but LICN, we'll keep an eye on it. We talked about it last night. I'll look at it tomorrow, see exactly what it wants to do right there. It's just the two charts are giving me different prices. Not that it's a big deal. I'll look at it in the morning and we'll know. And how about this UOKA thing? This thing's crazy, and I still think that's the bottom down there at that 13 cents. It is pulling back, though, but this thing is known to just turn right back around and just get cruising out of nowhere. So make sure you're watching this thing because watch, it'll do it with no problem. It's done it plenty of times. We've watched it. It has these big spikes. And again, that looked like it was its bottom. So we're seeing if it pulls back. Let me see tomorrow how much it wants to pull back here. And we'll keep an eye on that guy, UOA. Yeah, UOKA. I'm telling you, I can't read. Anyway, UOKA, I will check out tomorrow and see if it's okay to get running back up. And just keep an eye on it. It does. It has very fast spikes all the time. I think this LRHC was looking pretty good today. And I thought this was getting set up the other day. Remember, we were talking about it being bottomed out. And here you go. It's curling up, and it's at 20 and a half right there. So looking a lot better, I must say. And let's see if it can get up into that 22 area tomorrow. Look at it curling up right there and actually kind of setting up. We know in that 50 and 20 like to meet up if they can. If this will curl up with it, it'll get moving. So let's keep an eye on LRHC because we were looking at it the other day and we thought it looked good, and now it's starting to run. So there's another one right there. And again, this one we talked about before, and it kind of just bounced around. It was up a little bit, probably around back here. I would imagine. I don't really exactly remember, but it was right around here, I would say. And then it came back down, and now it's getting set up, and this could be the nice little pop on it. So it definitely happens with them. You got to be quick with them. If you're going to play them, especially these penny ones, you got to be really quick and just play them pops real fast. HEPA right here was trying to get set up after that split, and it had some run up the other day on what Friday it was. Let's see what it's doing right there. Yeah, Friday it ran up right there. And let's see today. It went 42 to 44, and now it's at 37. We'll keep it. This one's just getting set up, guys. You can kind of see it's trying to make that base I don't think it's coming down another level, but you never know. That 20 is right there at 57. It's been pushing it though, like pushing the envelope, trying to get up there. So we will keep an eye on our good old HEPA. We've been watching that, and it did reverse split. It ran up a little bit, and then they get set back up. So sometimes we keep them on the list to keep an eye on them. And now when they get set up again, this AUUD did it. It got split, and then it ran up, and this thing looked like it was trying to curl back up here. Oh, it did run up today. Look at that AUUD. We were looking at it last night. I remember it looked good, and look at that curl up right there, hitting the 20. Will it get through into the channel? I think it has a really good possibility to do it. Says it was down like 5 cents, so nothing crazy right there for AUUD, but I would keep an eye on that for tomorrow. See if it wants to keep that momentum. And our OCGN was down a hair. But guess what, guys? Do you remember what I was saying? I couldn't wait to tell you guys. I was going to post it today, but I was just like, we'll go over it on the show. That's what the show's for. You guys know what we're talking about. And here you go. So this is as exciting as it can get. And maybe I'll post it after the show, but I was saving it. How long? And we talked to, I've been saying it for weeks now, so it's not like we just mentioned it back here or wherever it was months ago. I don't know. It even could have been there and it ran up. I don't really remember. I'd have to go back and look at the list because they've been on it. It's been on there forever. And again, we originally looked at this thing, knew it was coming down. I purposely said, yo, this chart looks pretty wild. There's something going on. You got to remember, it's way back here. Like we were looking at this thing for months now. We caught the exact bottom, right? And the whole thing was it was coming down to get reset up. And what was I saying, guys? And then today, look at the line it made, that trend line. Look at that 20 just went whoop, right back up. And holy cow, could you call that thing any better from all the way back there? And yeah, we nailed that thing absolutely perfectly. And yeah, this thing looks like there's something going on. And again, the charts. I mean, how we were months out, guys. We're talking we're in April. This was in like January. Yeah, middle of January at the like latest. We could have been even back here before the new year looking at this thing. So yeah, about 4 months later, doing exactly what we said it was going to do. And we're always 3 months earlier. We not, but it is just pulling back a little bit tomorrow, but it's getting set up right here. I couldn't believe it. I saw this trend line build up today. I was like, holy cow, it's doing exactly what we were talking about. And there you go. So that one's a fun one to track because it's set up for 4 months and did it. And again, we were just watching it go down. We had it on the list, just like, oh, yep, it's still pulling back. It's still pulling back. Boom. So you can go back and listen. And I know you guys that listen every day, you definitely know it's been on the list. And that's exactly what we've been talking about. And there you go. So check that out. Isn't that pretty good? Did exactly what we said it was going to do, and that was about 3 or 4 months early. Icon right here. So when I tell you that ETF 500 is going to change lives, I'm telling you guys, that thing will change lives. It's a stupid meme coin. It means absolutely nothing. These companies mean a lot more. And quite frankly, I guarantee you, in a couple months from now, just like Farcoin was valuated at market cap was $2 billion, you're going to see the same thing happen with ETF 500, and it's going to be more valuable than all of these companies and like probably combined. So yeah, it's happened before with Farcoin, and look who was behind that one. So just remember, history repeats itself. And you see what he's pumping all the time. And I'm telling you guys, you can tell just by looking at it. And I've known just by looking at it. So Icon here, we looked at the reverse split and check it out. And again, these are times where you can make there's opportunities going on right now that you could literally make life-changing money, and there are times that like you get once in a lifetime to really capitalize on them, and you gotta smell that blood and just go for it, guys. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm obviously saying look at all the opportunities. You know, Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel and a couple other people that are not big traders, but just trade real wise. They're loading up on some things and watching this stuff. So just pay attention. And obviously, if you have any questions, ask them. We go through the entire market. I break it down pretty easy. And yeah, we have fun with these penny stocks because they're all popping 100%. But remember, just think long-term opportunity, what really is important, and allocate your money properly. That's what it's all about. Don't throw all your money your eggs in one basket. Obviously, it's not a good idea. And yeah, just play it really smart. And in a few months, you're going to be like, holy shit, this was insane. Like, that was the opportunity of a lifetime that, if I didn't capitalize, because if you do, you're going to be so freaking happy and you're going to be telling your family about it. Like, holy shit, if I didn't do that, I'd be really kicking myself in the ass because I knew I should do it. And then I didn't do it. If you're not betting that America is going to get crazy and be great and Trump's going to make it go to all-time highs, you guys are nuts. Like, I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen here. So take it for what we always see things ahead of time, and be paying attention to the good opportunities. And again, you play these penny stocks like you're not having fun because you take them seriously, but you trade them smart. But they're quick, guys. Don't be dumping huge amounts of money in these things. I mean, just take the small gains and roll them into other things, and allocate it smart, because this is when you can change, literally can change your life, and make a big change. And like I said, you've seen it happen every time, like every couple years, not couple years, it happens every once in a while in your lifetime. You see these opportunities happen, and they happen quick, and that they're happening, and it's a, hey, if I get on board now, it could be the most amazing thing. Is anything guaranteed? Absolutely not. But you see, when these things are starting to line up in the past, what ends up happening, and they change people's lives. So you see all the different opportunities going on, especially with the Mag 7 Tesla and them things. I mean, guys, you got to be paying attention to this stuff. So that's why we go through the show. But again, we do all these guys and we have a good time with them. We nail them. I mean, we nail them, but you got to be careful with them. So I know there's a lot of new listeners constantly tuning in, and I greatly appreciate it. And again, it's all about trading smart. I've said it all the time. You can pick all the 100%ers you want, but if you don't trade them smart, they're useless, and they can go up and down so fast and be up over 150%, but down under your buy-in price like that. So it happens pretty damn quick a lot, especially now with Webull going at 4 a.m. and now it's an IPO. So who the hell knows what's going to happen with that thing, because that thing went ballistic today. Look at that thing. It was up like $50 over 400% probably at one point. Yeah, it got up to almost $80. And that one's going to be another one that you're going to look at early in the morning. You can just see it up in the top where it's going to have another little surge, it looks like. But we had that one now too. So that's the stuff that you're looking at, and you're now in them things, and boom, just trade them, get in and out, make your money, move on to the next one, and yeah, allocate that smart and look at your opportunities. This AGMH wasn't looking bad either, and I think this thing's trying to get set up fairly soon. I would have to think right here. You can see it trying to. I'll look at this tomorrow for sure. This could be another one of them great opportunities. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on that AGMH. ALLR. But yeah, you got to trade these things smart and not get crazy with these penny stocks, because they can obviously, you can see how fast they can dip down on you like this in a heartbeat, and then you're like, holy shit. That's why we catch them at the bottom. We determine where the bottom is, but we still make sure, because they look like it, they base out, and then they still pull back right there. So that's why you always want to make sure they're ready. And ALLR looks like it could actually pull back. I got to see it right here, because it was definitely setting up the other day. And that's the problem. Yeah, I mean, it still looks like it's trying to set up, to be honest. We have to look at it tomorrow. It looked like it was bottoming out the other day. I mean, that looked really good. It jumped up. I could see that still trying to go up right there. It looks better on here. Your 20s coming down, which is fine. And yeah, it could look a little better. Did say it was up a little bit in the after hours, nothing crazy. That's not looking bad. We'll look at it tomorrow. And this one we've been watching, that FMTO, it didn't really do anything that crazy today. It just is making that flat line. I was taking a look at it. I don't know if it's really set up yet. Look at it. It's still pulling back to me. It's got to make a hard curl up there. Now, could it? It could, but it's not showing me that it really wants to at the moment. So I'll keep an eye on FMTO and let you guys know when it really looks set up and ready to rock and roll to me anyway. And maybe it pops off before I get to see it, but it didn't look like it today. And this TOPW was not looking bad. And we were looking at this the other day on our list. And that's one of them things that had a huge run up on its IPO way down here. I believe it's a Hong Kong company too, right? Yeah, Hong Kong. And yeah, keep an eye on this thing. Them Hong Kong things were going crazy. Again, pretty new, but has something coming through. I don't know what it is right there. There's no RSI, MACD, so we're just looking at candles here. And again, it's not looking bad looking at candles. So we'll keep an eye on that TOPW. Not exactly a bad one, and it's a new one, so it just depends, does it want to level down? I don't really think so, but you can't tell because there's no look at it, no data for me to be able to tell. And you guys know I like that 6 months to look at. How about this one? What is it? UAMY. Someone gave us this thing, and it's run up the last few days for us, and it's in the top. And look at it tomorrow because it looks like it can continue to run up there. If I could type it in, there we go. And look at that, UAMY, United States Anatomy Corporation. And yeah, it did run up pretty nice right there. And that's a metals and mining one. So yeah, these guys were running up there. And we had that on our list. So that one, look for that momentum in the morning, guys, because it could continue. Look at that. Look. And getting into the top right there. So keep an eye on that. And these metal and mining ones, we were talking about a lot of these guys, and they are popping up here. We looked at Kinley MD. It wasn't really moving today, but it was still sitting right there looking pretty good. So I thought we should check this out. KDLY. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not crossed down or anything. We'll look at it tomorrow real quick, see if it's staying set up right there. And here's a good one. I think I already talked about it. AREC. Phil Trait was been talking about these coke and coal ones. And yeah, these things have we went through them, and look, they were probably all up a little bit. AMR was down, it says, but that AREC is one we were looking at. This one, they did run up and pull back. Same thing there. Some of them ran up. They basically ran up and pulled back a little bit, and I bet they're not even looking bad. But yeah, the AREC, look at that one, the one that Phil gave us, ran like a maniac there today. So nice hit there for Phil Trait. Good call. And we love it. Like I said, it's a nice team effort. You pick them out and you pull, and we're like, yeah, that thing looks good. We had to go through the whole sector right there because it looked so good, and it was called coking coal. So thank you, Phil Trait, for that. And we appreciate, like I said, it's a team effort, guys. So if you like something and you think it's really going to pop and maybe you're not sure, send it on over. I'll go through all the messages and everything. We'll knock them out. And some of them, you're just like, hey, I don't know. It looks pretty good, but I'm not sure. Send it over. Maybe it has 2 or 3 days and we keep it on the list. We do it all the time. I promise you. It's a total group effort. And we try to just nail everything. And I try to give everything out, all the different calls, because people do trade different things, obviously, penny stocks, big caps, options, whatever. So we just cover everything. So you can pick out what you like and trade smart from there. And that's why I say make sure you trade them smart, because that's obviously the most important thing out of everything. LPRO. This thing was setting up. Remember this big fish hook? I hate when I do that, though. Make it all smaller. There we go. Remember this big fish hook right here, and it was going up. This one could crawl. Actually, it may even crawl through. It looks not bad. I'm not going to lie. That thing doesn't look too bad there. That LPRO, I have to see that right here. Yeah, that don't look bad, guys. I would keep an eye on that LPRO. We might definitely have to look at that tomorrow. I mean, I liked it last night and went up almost 10% today if it didn't. But we may have to look at that tomorrow and see if that's crossing through, because that has some room to run, and it was looking pretty good. So there you go. There's another one. And again, we just give out a ton of them all across the board. It doesn't matter. Things you've never even heard of. I don't think I've ever known what LPRO is. And yeah, it's just tons of them, guys. There's always opportunities. That's the thing. Doesn't matter what the market conditions are. And you guys know now, we've been doing the show since almost the last day of May. I think May 31st or something was like the first time I hopped on here or whatever, right before June. And started doing a show. And yeah, we're consistent on this show. You guys know, if we're rocking and rolling through these things. You're we're pretty much cruising. I mean, it's wild what we've done in the last almost year. I'm kind of impressed, and it's fun, but it is a group effort. Don't get me wrong. And like I said, I just sit here and kind of manage it all, put it all together, and look at the charts, and we just have a good old time and crush right through it. So yeah, just send them over, and we just have a good consistency, but we just look at the entire market. You have to. And again, it's all about trading them smart. So you got to just take the ones that you like, focus on that one at a time, and trade it smart, and boom, you can nail it. And again, we go over all of these and pretty much give you all the levels, like bam. So you couldn't possibly type them all out and post them all. That's why the show works out so much better. We send out the list, you know what we're looking at, and then anything that we missed, you just send it in. I see a bunch over there from everybody right there, so you know we'll go through it. And I see Luis Rodriguez already sent that. Oh wow, the Jerome Powell speaks Wednesday too. So there you go. Wonder what that's going to be about, guys. I'm telling you, I've already told you what's going to happen, but obviously we keep an eye on everything. At least what I see is happening and what it looks like is going to happen. I think we get like some kind of nice Easter tweet or something crazy. You could see the markets are setting up, guys, and yeah, things are going to get worked out. But anyway, let's roll through this list so we're not here all night. And KITT's Nauticus Robotics, it's a aerospace and defense, and it is just a little flat. We were looking at it the other day, and yet last night it was trying to run up. It did run up a little bit into that channel today. I was taking a look at it. And there you go. It got right into that channel a little bit. So we got to keep an eye on it because it is not looking bad. I have to go through the aerospace and defense. I have not honestly gone through it in a little while. So maybe I'll have to do that later. We'll see what time it is at the end of the show. And if not, I'll do it maybe later or tomorrow, whatever. But Wang and Lee, look at this. It did pull back, and that looked like it could be a bottom. Being very patient with good old Wang and Lee. WLGS, but Wang and Lee could definitely get cruising, and we like Wang and Lee right here. So let's take a look and see. Yeah, cross through, just building it up. That 20's way up here, and we're just gonna have to keep an eye. He's right in the basement. Does it want to make a level down? It's been stair stepping down if you bring it up a lot. So we'll have to keep an eye on this and see when it really wants to get curled up. This good old WLGS, Wang and Lee. And it's another Hong Kong one, and them things have been cruising. They kind of slowed down a little bit. This thing was in a great spot. We liked it yesterday, this good old TGL. It did run up a little bit today. This Treasure Global, whatever it's called, Treasure Global, like that's what it is called. And but yeah, it was looking really good. And let's see. I mean, it's hitting that MACD tomorrow. Is it going to run up? Look at that spot it's in. It. I mean, you kind of knew it could continue that run up there tomorrow. So I would say it's not looking bad for an early morning run right there. So if anything, watch it for some momentum. But it did not run too bad today, and we liked it last night. I know that 198 to 233, and it's at 213. So there you go. I mean, that's pretty nice right there. In a good spot, ran up, and it still could run up some more. And that is our Treasure Global. And let's see what is going on. That is TGL. And let's see what the kids was up to. Oh, this was another great one. I'm telling you guys, we have just nailing this thing every which way. This thing was up well over 10% today, and we knew this was running today. I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, I can't possibly post them all. And so yeah, you just got to pick the ones you like. There's so many great setups, and this one ran 306 to 5 today. It was beautiful. And what if it came down to 188? I didn't even know that, to be honest, but that might even be even better now, guys. So there you go. See that? We had a perfect and that's why you have to trade these things and get in and out. If you're going to be looking at these things that are in the cheapy ones, get in and out of them. Just when they run up, boom, get out for the next play, because you know it's pulling back, and even if it runs up, who cares? Just take what you got and bam, go to that next one. And that is kids. But yeah, I mean, it ran up perfectly. I didn't even know it ran back in that after hours or closed that low, but it definitely did. So we're still keeping an eye on that thing, that's for sure. And this AREB has been running nonstop for like like a week probably plus since it split. Let's put it that way. When it split March 31st, so like 2 weeks. It's just been running around. It did run up really high, and now it's in that channel, and it looks like it wants to curl back up pretty good again, guys. It did it the other day, and look at it do it. It did it right there. Remember, on the 10th, whatever day that was, last Thursday, and it went 629 to 1240. Now it's at 761. It went 666 to 945. It was straight devil to 945. That's awesome. And then it closed at that 761, and it looks like it wants to roll up again and try to touch up here. And it's, I mean, it is looking good. So AREB, guys, keep an eye on that thing. That still looks really nice. And that thing's just been a beast all over the place because it just keeps running up. And so is this thing. Remember, we were talking about HKPD. Laptop Travel did have it on his list, but I already had it on here. And I had been watching this thing. Obviously, we took it off because it was just running down here yesterday or Friday. It didn't look too bad. It didn't really look like it wanted to pop hard. But today it ran up a little bit, 120, 135. It's at 127. Not looking bad. And this is that one that's like HKP or HK, whatever it is, HKD or whatever. And that thing ran big time. But look at that thing. That does not look bad to stay in that channel and try to run up higher. So keep an eye on Hong Kong Pharma Digital Technology. And another one we are looking at for the bottom down here. And you're starting to run up. So I would say that could be a really good one for tomorrow as well. So keep an eye on that. And BTAI, let's see what this is. BioXL. And that's not looking bad. I know someone sent this one in right here. BTAI. And yeah, that's not looking bad, hitting that 20 up there. Where's it at? Right, 202. This is at 188. I could see this trying to run up a little bit higher there and possibly even trying to get into that channel. So yeah, I would look at BTAI. That's not looking bad right there. Whoever sent that one in. And SBEV right here. This was down but ran up in the after hours. I was thinking I saw that one somewhere. Maybe it was because I looked at it. I don't even remember, but I know I saw it was up. $1.47 to 314. It was up in the after hours right there. So someone sent this one in. I think that's where I looked. I think I cheated and looked at it and went, wow, that popped up nice. So yeah, that did pop up really nice right there. That's Bev. And I know we looked at it recently. I don't remember exactly when, but there you go with that one. And yeah, it's not looking too bad, except the fact that it's way up at 274 land. And again, this hasn't went down at 138, so you can't really tell. And 274 is way up here. So you're right about, I can't get there, but you're right under that resistance line. So it'll try to pop in there tomorrow morning, and let's see if it can cross through. And I wasn't confident that they're ready yet. So maybe it's not going to, and that is that after hour pop and it pulls back. Maybe it has that early morning run still on SBEV and they pull back. And obviously we'll go through the SPY and everything, but SPY's hitting there too. And I'm not convinced that they exactly want to go through, but we'll go through all them as well. And what's that say? ARBB is what it looks like to me. And I think that's what that is. That doesn't look bad. It was running up today. That's for sure. ARRB right here. I don't know. Well, hold on. Wait. I said that wrong. ARBB. There we go. That looks better. Oh, that did run up 54 to 129. It's at 111. Did it say it was up? Oh, yeah, it did say it was up. I missed that completely right there. But that looks pretty good. I would say that was a runner right there. So whoever had that one did pretty well. And again, it's up to like 111. That's like right here. You're like way up here. No, it's even higher. It's up. Well, there's 110. There's 111 right there. So you're way up there, guys. You're over that resistance. So that one did pop. I don't think we were even looking at that, but that is a Singapore one right there. And we were looking at the CISO, and I know it was up a little bit today trying to get out of the basement. It looks like it might have right there. Yeah, it looks like it could have got out of the basement and hit that 20. Remember, we were looking at this 34 to 45. Closed at 44, hitting that 20, and that one looks pretty solid to get into that channel. So keep an eye on CISO right there. PRTG, that looks like. Let me see. PRTG, Portage Biotech. It looks like it ran up Friday. PRTG. And I remember this had been on a laptop travel list. I don't remember exactly when, but it did run up there Friday, that's for sure. And then today it was just bouncing around 859 to 972. Took a little Slurpee break at 711 and closed at 854. So not really bad. I mean, it almost looks like it ran around, had some healthy pullback. So that is, and then it stopped for some portage at some point. But yeah, that's your PRTG. And so we'll see what that looks like tomorrow, but it's not looking bad as trying to approach that top line. So we'll see if it gets knocked down. But again, doesn't look bad going up there. And oh, that's ANTE. I thought that was an I. Look at this thing was running up today as well. It says it pulled back a little in the after hours. Good old ANTE. We've looked at this, but look at that thing. And if that curls up, guys, that's going to get rolling tomorrow as well. So keep an eye on that 50 to 60, and it's at 54.63. It came down to 47.5 right there. So yeah, look at that thing. And I'm telling you, that's going to get curled up and try to run up some little higher. So keep an eye on ANTE. And how about Newsmax? I remember their IPO went nutty. And then it pulled back. So I have a feeling a lot of people got caught chasing it up here because it was up to like, what, 265 or something ridiculous. That second day, it was like completely insane. And then it came way down. I said, don't chase that thing, guys. And we don't chase nothing. So we knew it the first day, and it did. It popped up especially a lot the second one. And look at it way down here at 26. So this is probably where it's really supposed to be based out at 26 area. Is what it looks like. Now let's see if it's really set up down here. It's not looking too bad, I won't lie. It could have bottomed out there Friday. We'll take a look at it. Definitely look at this tomorrow. It's running around too. I mean, it should probably run around a lot each day. Let's see. You catch that bottom. This one's probably going to be a good one to trade around as it curls up too, because of so much movement and volatility. It has over 5.7 million. That's what it says there for volume today. So yeah, Newsmax will probably be a really good one to keep an eye on, especially like the volatility and how much it's going to run around. So we'll keep an eye on that. ATCH. Atlas Clear Holdings. Oh, that one was in a good spot. I don't think we were looking at it, but we should have been, because that one was trying to get set up right there, running up. Let's see if it hits that 20, and it could come very close tomorrow. It looks like it's going to keep that momentum. So there you go with ATCH. And you know that bull ran. We already looked at that bad boy, and it ran like a bull today. We knew it was going to. Good old wee bull, and we basically we're talking about it, so nothing more to talk about except look at it in the morning, early morning. And the yin and the yang. The yin did run up and the yang did pull back, but I don't think they're going to cross through. Look at that yang getting set up there with your 20 and 50 meeting up here to spring it up. It looks like it's going to roll off and go up. So that's what it looks like. Your yang bear and your yin is your bull. So they look like they're just kind of pulling back. But again, that initial run's easy, and then them things get a little tough, but that's what it looks like at the moment. And good old FNGA, and this one is that FANG index leverage. And let's see what it's up to right here. And this one, it looks like it bottomed out. It's trying to go back up. So, yeah, this is the index leverage 3 times, and that's the FNGA, and the other one's FNG, what is it, D, right? Yeah, the inverse. So, yeah, these are the 3 times inverse ones. So you got to keep an eye on these bad boys, and FNG should be the bear one, I would say, right? Because that one's going down. And yeah, that's definitely got to be that. And so let's take a look at it. I would say, right, yeah, that's got to be minus the 3 times. So yeah, there you go. And right, yeah, it's got to be. And we go through them like every day. Now I'm all confused. Anyway, this one's pulling back right here. It was trying to go up, but I don't think that one's going up. The FNGA is. And these ones are good to take a look at because, again, they are 3 times leverage. And that one day where the market went crazy, they jumped like $100. They were nuts. So, This one is trying to hit that 20. We'll see what they want to do tomorrow, and we'll keep an eye on them guys in the morning, and then I'll actually figure out which one they want to run because I'll actually know. I probably will just know right off the top of my head. I don't know why I'm so confused right now. And anyway, here's the Bull Z. That's the other Fang 3 times one. And this one's hitting that line. This one is the bull one, and it does look at it. It looks like it's coming down. So that's what they look like. And I wasn't so confident that they're ready yet. Again, let them pull back, and maybe on Easter we get some crazy news. That's what it could look like. I'm not guaranteeing Easter, but it's going to get close, guys. And how about gold up here? I mean, we've been talking about it, and it looks like it wants to jump up into that top. So there's your nug right there, and gold, Barrick Gold jumping up there as well. So they've been jumping up. And that USA Rare Earth. Look at this thing right here. These industrial metals and minings are going nuts in these USA Rare Earths. We talked about this one as well. And these things are crazy. So I know Luis Rodriguez, didn't you give us a list of them last night? I forget exactly which ones they were, but there were some good ones on that list too. And there you go at USAR and CDT. Barb wanted to see Conduit Pharmaceuticals right here. It was down 8 cents, pulling back right there. I didn't even realize it did run up pretty good Friday. Looks like some healthy pullback in that channel, but it could pull back a little bit more. We'll have to look at it tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on it, though. It could pull back a little bit more right there with that look. You can see the 20 trying to pull down a little bit. Not saying it definitely will, but we'll look at it. Remind me in the morning. We'll definitely look at it. And that DXF had run and last week, and that thing actually looks like it's going to be curling back up, and that thing looks good. Says it went down a little in the after hours, but that doesn't look too bad to try to roll back up there. Ran up 596 to 747 as that's 610. So I would say keep an eye on that. Not looking bad there for DXF, and I'll look at that CDT again. And there you go for that list. And we'll go through our I'll go through the comments. I'll run through the laptop travel list real quick and the Jolie's jams, and then we'll go through the comments, and I'll go through the SPY big caps. Crypto, it's not looking terrible tonight. It's Bitcoin's at what, 85,000. Solana's at 130. So it's just jumping around. Ripple's at 213 and Cardano's at 63. Ethereum's at 1635. So yeah, they're not looking bad. And Doge is just under 16 cents. So they're not looking bad. And I can look at them charts, but let's go roll right through the laptop travel list. Pick out what wants to be popping there. And again, not all of these are going to always run 100%, but they do run right in them channels, and they're easy, nice ones to trade. Like, look at this. It went up 2 cents and it was up over 7% right there, just moving up. And a lot of them do this. So ACXP right here, it was cruising up there a little bit today, and I would keep an eye on that. That's actually trying to push through that 20 right there. So that could be a good one to take a look at tomorrow. ADIL Pharmaceuticals or something. And look at this thing just sitting in that channel, getting set up, curling up really good right there. I would say you got to keep an eye on ADIL. Look at that thing right there. So again, it might not run 100%, but it could easily run 15, 10, 15, 20% somewheres, anywhere, honestly. So keep an eye on some of these if you want to trade. If you're a trader, these ones are great. AI, this audio eye, it's AEYE, and this thing's getting to be in a great spot. We're already looking at it and it popped up, but this thing is still cruising up here and looking pretty good. So keep an eye on AI right there. That's not looking bad as well. So a lot of good ones already. In Austin Gold Corp, we always keep an eye on this, and this one's trying to jump up into that good spot right there and try to get cruising. So we'll keep an eye on this. Look at it in that channel, and it obviously wants to run, and gold has been looking good. So we'll look at that one, and that is your AUST Austin Gold. And let's take a look at BSGM right here. BSGM Biosig Technology. Oh, that one looks really good. Tomorrow's up 6 cents, still running in the after hours. And BSGM, yeah, it was running up today, 63 to 71. It closed at that 63, a little lower, but I'll tell you what, it still looks pretty good. I would keep an eye on that one as well. BSGM and Cask. This is a drinking one. Yeah, wineries and distilleries, couldn't think of that. But this one was been trying to get set up, and now it's in that channel in the 20. And again, his scanners just set up perfectly for these beauties that just run in this channel, run up, and you can just, like I said, trade 10, 15, 20% easily, get in and out, just make real nice trades. So that one looked good. CMMB, what does that say? Chemomab or something? Therapeutics. This thing's running up pretty well. Looks like it wants to run up some more. Let's see what's up with this thing. Look at that. I would say you might want to keep an eye on that one for some momentum tomorrow. That looks pretty good. And how about the Dolphin right here? DLPN. And remember, I said the Dolphin wanted to start jumping out of water the other day. It was getting set up. I remember this one. And yeah, it had that look. I remember this. And there you go. It started to run and it's jumping out of water. And I remember dipping down. So it's low as 75. And now you're over $1 right there and not looking bad. So the Dolphin could run a little bit more or jump out of the water a little bit higher. NFY. Yeah. And what did I just say? NFY? I just completely missed the E right there. How about ENFY? It might help out a little better in light to fire or something, but this one looks really good too. This one might enlightify something right now. I can't even say that word. I don't even know what that is, but who cares? Look at that popcorn or a pack popcorn. Can I talk? Let me just read charts. I'm better at that than talking and reading. But anyway, this one, look at that Pac-Man look. We love that thing. When they do it, they just been squeezing, guys. And what I'm talking about, look at this 50 coming down, and that 20 just gets that look like they want to eat each other. And next thing you know, they just go crazy. So keep an eye out for that little pattern. We've been picking it up lately, and it does. It looks like it wants to run up higher. I could see it trying to pop up. It says it came down 5 cents in the after hours. That's nothing right there. So we'll look at that tomorrow. That does not look bad on that Pac-Man look right there. FGL, let's see, Founder Group. And that one looks good right there as well. Let's see what FGL is up to. Yeah, look at that thing. Just jumped in there and wants to run. So, holy cow, there's a lot of great ones right here. GLBS, another, let's see what this one is. That one's another one that was running up today. Let's see if that one wants to actually curl through right there. Whoop, I missed that one, huh? There we go. I mean, look at that hard curl up there. I think that is curling through, guys, and staying in that channel, GLBS. So keep an eye on that, too. Holy cow, look at this list. And GRNQ, what's this? I can't. Green Pro Capital. I know we've looked at it recently. Couldn't think of the name of it, but it is rolling up there as well. And another one. So, yeah, Laptop Travels list is on fire. It ran up a little bit today. And it is, it looks a little like pulled back there in the after hours. It pulled back. That says it went up. It looks like it might have pulled back to 88. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. Are they even the same day? Let me see that. Yeah, it's the same day. Yep, it definitely was. All right, I'll look at that tomorrow. It just has that weird 2 different looks. IGMS. Let's see what that's doing. It was down a penny, and that one just got into that channel. Let me see. Let me get a better look here. Yeah, look at that thing. Just stretched itself right in there to try to run up. So you keep an eye on that one, too. I'm telling you, a ton of them really looking good. KXIN. We've looked at this one plenty of times before. And that thing's running up as well. KXIN. Look at this thing's been running up. That was a nice bottom, and then bam, that's going up, and you're going to get to that 110 probably from there. So look at all these great setups right here, guys. I mean, he just put out a perfect list for you. And this is that we already looked at LIDR. I guess I wrote it down twice. That's how good it looks. But anyway, did I really write it down twice? No, that's holy cow, that's really confusing because we look at this one, which is AI. You would think that just confused the hell out of me. I was like, wait, we looked at it, but it wasn't that. That's called Audio Eye. And then this one is literally called AEYE. Like, that's the name of the company. It's LIDR is the ticker. That's really crazy, huh, guys? Anyway, I was like, wait, we just looked at that. And I was like, we didn't go through L's, and he has them pretty much alphabetical. So That's the only reason why I kind of figured it out. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. I know we look at them both, and I kind of think they're always the same company. To be honest with you, now I think for the first time, I just realized they're two different companies. That's hilarious. Anyway, who cares? Let's go and see what the chart looks like. But that was just caught me off guard. This one's in the channel too, LIDR. So yeah, at least it was running in there today. It looks like it might pull back a little bit tomorrow, so I'll look at that one. But yeah, that was pretty wild. I always thought they were. I'm positive. I thought the two companies were the same one because they both have that same thing. And then the one's LIDR, and then the other's AIEY. And holy cow, that just caught me by surprise. And Lulu right here. This one's at $259, curling up really good, but is it crossing through? And that's the big question. And I don't think so. Look at it pulling back, guys. So I don't think they're ready just yet. So we'll see that one try to pull back, I think. And my size right here. Well, it's not. Yeah, there we go. My size, MYSZ. And this one looks like it's curling up, though. This one doesn't look bad for my size. Look at that bad boy curling up. So that looks pretty good there. And NNVC, nanoviricides or something, that one's curling up. Is it going to get through? That's the question with that one right here. NNVC hitting that 20. I don't know if that's getting through either, guys. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but I'm not so sure that one will get through. And let's take a look at RMCF. Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. Remember this one, guys? This one had a really nice run up for us. I forget when it was. It was probably right here, and we caught it mad bottom right there, and it ran like crazy. I don't remember when, but it did. And this one's looking really good. So keep an eye on RMCF. The ticker did look familiar. I couldn't think of the name of it, but that was exactly what it was, and that was a good runner. It was on our list for a while, and it came way down to $1.25 because it was down there before, I think, at one point, but it was up higher. Yeah, this thing was definitely running up. So yeah, this kid took a nice pullback and looks pretty good to curl back up. So their chocolate got better, I guess, in the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory right there, because that's not looking bad, I must say. And I remember looking at that before, and SABS, SABS, and that's SAB Biotherapeutics, and that's curling up, and that's crossed through, hitting the 20, and that's not looking bad right there. Look at that bad boy. Should stay in that channel with no problem tomorrow with some momentum. So keep an eye on SABS and SCKT. A lot of great ones. Socket Mobile. Look at that thing hitting that resistance. It is crossing through. It could pull itself back. It looks like it's in that spot, but it does look like it's fighting to stay up. I'd have to look at the socket and see if it wants to turn itself up there. And that's Socket Mobile. And we'll see what's up with that tomorrow. And SMSI, good old Smith Micro Software. That's actually getting set up, guys. It's going to have a few more days, so remind me to keep an eye on this thing right here, because that thing is going to get set up. You can already see it. Look at it right there. Without even paying attention to it, you can just tell what's about to happen. So keep your eye on SMSI, and it could soar. So let's see what soars up to. And that one does. It's been soaring up. We were looking at it the other day, and it was running up a little bit, and it's not anything huge. I mean, it's just running 168 to 184. Not bad, though. And you're getting like 4% a day, just cruising 984. And now it's in the channel and still looks good to soar up a little bit more. So there you go at SOAR and SONN. Sorry, SONN. That one's trying to curl back up and running through that channel. So I mean, this is a great list right here. Look at that. If you're having a hard time trying to find something for tomorrow, this list has a ton of great ones, guys. UCO, this one 28 cents and trying to curl up. This one might have a little bit of setup time on it, but we'll keep an eye on it because it's going to get set up right here. You can see it. And like I said, it might have a little bit of time, but it's trying to run up slowly but surely. It is a ETF right there. So, yeah, you keep an eye on that ETF and USIO right there. That one's hitting some resistance. We'll have to see if that's going through. I'm not so sure about that one. It is trying to push through. Look at that momentum. And if it does, it'll get right there and probably pull back. So you could get another 10 cents out of that. could pull back, but another one's probably going to be set up relatively soon. And VEA, let's see, Laptop Travel had so many, I had to put them on the other side too because the list was exploding here. And look at that in the channel. So, wow, there's like a million of them that you can choose from right here. VSTE, Vast Renewables. And that one, holy cow, look at that. It's going to get set up. That 20 is going to cut it and start rolling it up there. You already know that's about to happen. Look at that thing. So keep an eye. Just watch for any pullback because that's what we love when these things are getting set up. They love to pull back and have little dip and rips. So that's why we're always patient and taking a look at them and making sure that they're, ready to go up. That's when you want to be nailing them. So look at this Vine right here, VYNE. And this is in that channel running up. It was up 20 cents right there, VYNE. Oh, VYNE right there. And yeah, that thing's going to run up. Is it going to hit the 50 at 207 tomorrow? Maybe not, but you might get a stair step up there. It's not looking bad at all for VYNE. And let's look at ZVSA, and we'll wrap up our laptop travel list right here. And that one's curling up. Oh, man, look at that thing. It was up really good today. Let's see. What is it? ZVSA. It looks like it's trying to curl up really good. Continue it. Let's see when it pops up here. It's like the wheel spinning around. We're just waiting. Yeah, it ran up really good today. 776 to 119, and it closed at 78. But look, it still looks like it wants to roll up. I would keep an eye on this one as well. I had to stop marking them. There's too many goddamn good ones right there. So there you go. Holy cow, laptop travel. That was a good list right there and a ton of great ones. But I did mark up a bunch of them. And I mean, it was like crazy amounts of great ones right there. So there you go with that list. And we'll go through our Jolie's Jams real quick. Couple good ones right here. AGFY. It's not AG as a AFGY. What is Agrify? Holy cow. Agrify. Why can't I? AGFY. Didn't I just type that in? Maybe perhaps I didn't. I have no idea. But anyway, it was trying to run up today. I saw it was trying to run up, but it looks like it was pulling back. I have to see it now. AGFY. It did look pretty decent. Look at it. 1876. It was up to 1879. It was up there this morning. I know that. And it was running up throughout the day. It was like kind of just hanging out. And it then pulled back, I'm guessing, at the end of the day at 1811. And then even pull back. So yeah, it was definitely pulling back there at the end of the day. It was trying to fight back up there and get up there today and wasn't looking bad, but now it's pulling back. So we'll have to see what it looks like tomorrow for Agrify. I know I looked at it today because it wasn't looking bad the other day. And Blink Charging was another one that's trying to get set up here. Look at it. It looks like a little healthy pullback, but trying to get in the right spot, but it doesn't appear that it's exactly ready yet. Look, still looks like it wants to pull back a little bit. So I'll see what that wants to do tomorrow. And Sezzle right here was up a hair, hitting that 50. And look, they get into that channel, they hit it. It'll probably come back down a little bit, get set back up. So that's what you're probably looking at right here. Look, you hit the 50, you come back, and then you get set up as that sets up in the channel. We love it. And you know exactly what's going to happen. And this Sterling ran up in the after hour. I was going to say this thing was up. Maybe I saw it in the after hour. I saw it on my list. So it was up, I thought, most of the day too, 139 to 142. Its low is 133. So it pulled back. But yeah, this thing, remember we were talking about it getting set up and looking really good. Well, that Sterling's looking pretty good right there. And there you go. It was up to over $6 in the after hours. It was running up. I thought it was running up today a little bit. I don't remember. And Rivian, not bad right there. And looks like it's trying to set up and run up here to that 1270 something. So keep an eye on Rivian. And how about Symbotic right here, down 22 cents, it says, but that was not looking bad either. Oh, let me type it in real quick. And there you go. It was trying to curl up into that channel. I'll have to look at Symbotic tomorrow, to be honest with you, and see if it wants to stay in that channel. And there you go. It's your Jolie's Jams, your laptop travel list, and a lot of great setups right there. And here we go. I'll take a look and see what you guys want to see. And then we'll look at our SPY big caps and all that good stuff. So let me see. I'll look at the StreamYard feed real quick, and then we'll go through the X feed after that. I'll go through the SPY and stuff, and then we'll go through the other messages. So if I don't get to your message now, we'll get to them after the SPY and big caps because it breaks it up with two messages. So here we go. Stocking up for futures, excited for that logic mark tomorrow, I said. And who isn't? If I could type it in, we'd all be pretty excited. But yeah, look at it. It did run up there. And again, we knew where the bottom is. We were talking about it. Look at it crawling up, and tomorrow should be a good day with it. And now you guys see why I kept saying it still looked good when it was under a penny, and now it's over a penny, looking good almost to a penny and a half. So that's good right there already, but I think it's about to run up some more. So there you go. And that's why you believe. And again, guys, I've said this plenty of times, but I want to say it again. A lot of new people listening, and I greatly appreciate it. But I know you just want to go one by one. You don't want to get crazy with this. I told you, was talking about it earlier. Especially these penny stocks. There's so many great opportunities that you got to be trying to set up for and really keep some cash. So, you gotta allocate things properly here, especially in times like this. And yeah, just take one at a time. So I know Logic Mark, a lot of people jumped in. We liked it under that penny, and it pulled back a little bit. It pulled back a little, and we still loved it. And it was a great time to load up when it was way down there. And there was other ones popping up at that time when this was still looking pretty good. It was trying to set up, but it started to pull back, and then it's still setting up and not getting ripping. And then when it starts ripping, guys, that's when it gets exciting. But again, you can't be jumping around. If you like the chart and you're confident in it, like I was, I stayed with it and I just bought a little bit more. And I told you I scaled in. So after it got to that 0.08, it was under that penny. I thought it was pretty decent, and so we started looking at it, or what was it? Whatever it was at, yeah, that 0.08 it was, I guess, or whatever it was at, 0.018. That's what it was. I was gonna say it definitely wasn't 8 cents, so I was saying it wrong. It was at 0.018 before, and it started to look good. We were like, maybe it's starting to bottom. And then it pulled back till right around this spot here, and then came under a penny. So it did that, and it was perfect. You see these days right here, exactly what I'm talking about right there. Perfect opportunities. And yeah, when I just scaled in it, so I got in it the first day, and then I bought it the same position the next day. And when it got under that penny, and I almost kind of nailed it perfectly. I don't always do it. Trust me, no one always nails them perfectly. I bought it right under that 0.008. I remember it was down there 0.009. It was under that penny, and just loaded it up. And just knowing, hey, this has got to be the bottom. I was saying it on here and even posting it, and then boom, brought the average down. So I'm up on it now. And yeah, there you go. So that's how you play it. But again, I wasn't abandoning it. I was still confident. And remember, I was saying last week, and I kind of walked us right through it. So I know there's a lot of people in it as well, and I didn't want to leave anyone hanging. So I said, I still am confident in it. I was saying last week, if it doesn't move this day, we might have to get out of it, maybe with a small loss. It's perfectly fine. But let's look at it, and it would stay flat. The chart stayed good. I kept it updated every day, posted it, talked about it, and here we go. It looks like it wants to roll here. So that's the thing I'm talking about. Just take the ones that you're confident with. They may not roll immediately like that next day, but you have to be patient sometimes, and you'll get better opportunities. So don't just load up that first day knowing that you could see some pullback. Maybe it will fly that next day and you got in it and you're still in that opportunity. But again, think smart about these things. Allocate your money wisely so that you're ready for all the best opportunities. And that's what we really look for, are the best opportunities. And again, we'll take a couple, we'll look at all the penny stocks, but you take one of these and you're really focusing on the ones that are going to make you money. And obviously a Logic Mark isn't like your big money maker. You're not putting a huge position on. And again, when I said I loaded up, I mean, loading up, you could get you could probably get 50,000 shares for probably like $500 or less or something. So you're talking, it wasn't like anything crazy. And so yeah, you're not like really killing yourself and like spending all your money on it. And again, you're keeping that cash on the side and ready for the best opportunities. And then you try to play one or two of these. They're set up, you like them, you're confident, it's going to run. But again, you might have to wait a week or a couple days and trade it, like scowl in and out, maybe sell it on a pop, catch back in it. So yeah, that's why you don't want to be jumping in like four of these. You're not going to be able to do that with four of them. One's going to pop. You're not even going to notice. You're going to be looking at another one because it's getting set up. So just focus on one. And again, if it's a different one that you were looking at starts to pop and you're like, damn, I knew I should have gotten that. Just remain focused and confident on the one that you got in for a reason. You got in it because you were confident in it at that time, and it will do what you want it to do. And even if it starts to look bad, you know to get out of it. But that's how you want to approach this, especially this market right now. And then again, if you know there's going to be some kind of shift in the market's big, you play your ETFs and stuff real quick. So that's the way you want to kind of hop around this market and take the best opportunities. So there you go with that. And again, we did our logic mark, but wanted to go through it again for anybody new that was tuning in after the fact that we went over, because it was one of the first ones that we looked at. And APDN we looked at, and I already talked about that. For it's a sucker punch. And let's see, WLGS, I know it's just been sitting right there. I thought it would be get cruising earlier than that, to be honest with you, but it is just kind of hanging out. And now let's see, that line is at 43 right there. It could have a few days to set up. We'll definitely look at it right here, no doubt about that. And we'll keep an eye on it. It looked like it was really trying to set up, and you can even see it tried to start going green. So you could see it start to curl up at any moment. And then we'll look much better right there. So we'll keep our eye on that WLGS, good old Wang and Lee, and make sure that we know. And he's setting up right there, Justin. But yeah, it's just been kind of hanging out. And is that Groupon right there, Luis Rodriguez, GRPN? It is Groupon, and this thing was running up there trying to cry. That one looks like it might be dipping down, huh? GRPN, let's see. What did you say about it? I didn't really read it, but that does look like it could be pulling back. The market may be crashing, but Groupon has almost doubled in a month. Yeah, it definitely went up, but I think it might be coming back down. I mean, it's sitting right there. Your 20's coming up, but look, I think it's hitting that top resistance, and it was up there. You're not lying. Look at that thing. It took from that support line and just went straight, topped, and just stayed in there. And honestly, if you caught it up here as it hit this resistance up here, you nailed it perfectly. You didn't really need to catch this dip to run it back up to here, because I mean, honestly, if you caught it anywhere up in here, you were in the 18s, and now it's only in the 1890s. You were in the 18s, guys. You don't, and that's the other thing. If you catch it up here and it's hitting that resistance in the 1850s, and then it pulls back and you think it's going to roll back up like it did, it's a great opportunity for a second time. But you don't have to wait around for this thing to try to catch that second pop up there and think it's going to go higher. 1850, between 1850 and 1890 isn't a big deal. So you get out and don't avoid that dip right there, and then and reallocate yourself. So again, you got to play them smart right there. When they start hitting resistance and stuff, you got to kind of know, hey, we might have some pullback. Will it go up higher? It could, but do they always? Not always. So you definitely have to be smart about it. And so yeah, there you go, a Groupon, and it does look like it's pulling back, but we'll look at it in the morning. And let's see what the Tesla XPEV. Let's look at that one. We'll look at Tesla, you know that, but that one does look really bullish. You're not kidding. What the hell do they do? An auto manufacturer too? You're not kidding. XPEV right there doesn't look bad. Now I'll look at it tomorrow because your 20's coming down. We got to have a roll off right here where it's going to hit this MACD and come right down. So we will definitely keep an eye on it. It is a China auto manufacturer. And let's write down XPEV right there, because I definitely want to take a look at that and see what it wants to do there. So that's a good one to keep an eye on. We'll look at Tesla. Coca-Cola setting up for a squeeze. Let's see what they want to do. KO right here. They're going to knock somebody out. Yeah, look at that thing crossing through. It did go off that support line. Let's see. What's that resistance at? 73 right there. Let's see that KO right here. not looking bad, I must say. We have to watch to see when it hits that 73, and it's going to do it tomorrow. So they have earnings coming up, and I think it is going to probably try to run up and then probably pull back for the earnings. Is generally what they do, as they're running up before it. So we'll keep an eye on Coca-Cola, but that doesn't look bad to try to run up a little bit more. And NOC is Northrop Grumman. And this guy, remember, we gave you this thing not long ago, all the way down here at like 420 something. And now you're at 535 and cruising up. It's an aerospace and defense one. And Luis Rodriguez, we definitely like this bad boy. And look at it, it's going up, and you'll probably see it go up a little bit higher right there for NOC and LMT. Did we even put Lockheed Martin? It wasn't looking too bad today, I remember. They have earnings coming up right there, April 22nd, so next week. And it does. I mean, that one doesn't look bad either. And it looks like it could pull back, but it's going to curl up and set up. And we knew it was running up the other day. And this is another aerospace and defense, Huntington Ingalls Industry, HII. And we liked this one when it was down. And that thing's cruising up there. So there you go at HII, 218 to 221. And it's at 219 right now. So I would say that's not looking bad right there. It's over that resistance and should continue up as it's getting up to that top. We'll see as it hits up there. And two good aerospace and defense. And like I said, I got to go through them bad boys. And Luis Rodriguez has been loving the Toyota motor. He might be the Toyota motor expert right here. I'm not going to lie. I think Luis Rodriguez just took Toyota motor expert title right there. He's now Toyota motor like perfectly every time it moves. It's kind of crazy. He has like a Toyota motor fortune thing in his house, I think, like one of them psychic ball, whatever they are. What am I even thinking of? Them things that the psychic ball things, whatever they're called. But anyway, yeah, he's crushed this thing every single time. I mean, it's kind of bizarre that he knows Toyota motor this well. But yeah, TM. And it is running up there. You're probably going to get it right to that 178. And I don't think it's going to cross through. I don't think all of them are. That's why I'm saying that. I've been wary of it. And today I wasn't convinced. But I mean, this thing's hitting up there, but your 20's pushing down. I still think you get right up into that 177. So if it does, it's a beauty. I mean, it's a perfect $6 run with no problem. Hit that MACD, come down again, and then try to pop up. We'll keep an eye on it. I already know Luis Rodriguez will know. What's your thoughts on it, Luis Rodriguez? Let us know what you think it's going to do right there. But that's what I see it doing at the moment. And obviously, it is curling up really good. The SPY and all them are curling up real good, too, and they kind of look like that. And that KIDZ, we definitely looked at that bad boy. We've been all over this thing. You know that. And that is having a nice curl up right there. It was running up today. And like I said, it could have a little bit of pullback as it's still setting up, but it is one to definitely keep an eye on. And hologram one, whatever it's called, Weemy. I don't remember what the Weemy hologram. How about that? I know it was a hologram. Look at that big pullback. I know that's a China one. Getting set up, and they've been popping off of these support lines, especially right there. I would say that's a really good look right there, Luis Rodriguez, right? Is that, yep, you put that up there. I like that one too. Let's look at that guy right there. Weemy. Looks like it might have been running up. Let's see. What the heck is it doing there? It was trying to run up a little bit, and then it pulled back. So, yeah, we're definitely keeping an eye out to get down. This says, I have no idea what this is talking about. It opened at 585. I have no idea what that's even talking about there. It didn't even close up there, did it? Maybe it did. Okay, it did. It was up at $6. I was just confused there. But yeah, this thing, it looks like it reverse split today. Is that what happened? I don't even know what's going on. It looks all crazy to me, but it did have like two splits there. What's going on with this thing? It looks all crazy. I don't see anything right there. We have to look at it. The setup looked crazy immediately, and then it looks like it's pulled back. Did it split? I have no idea what's going on, but we definitely will look at it tomorrow. I wrote it down. Like I said, that setup looked pretty nice right there. I liked it immediately, and I'll have to keep an eye on it just to see what's up. And Harry Keller, CRVO, that's trying to curl up, hitting that 20 right there. It was up like $1 today. CRVO. Servo Med, and I'm not sure if it's going to jump through that 20. It did have a nice run up today, so be careful. Maybe you get a little extra run up tomorrow on it, but I'm not exactly convinced it's ready. It is setting up there, but I think you might have a little bit of pullback back down here. It's making that base hitting up here. I don't know if it's ready to get jumped up into this channel here. So you could have a little bit pull back down here and then get set up. I'll look at it in the morning if you want. Just remind me, Harry, and we can look at that. What's MP? I forget what that is, but I know we looked at it. MP Materials. There you go, another industrial metals and mining one, and that one's popping up. And these things do not look bad. Look at that thing going to try to cross through right there, hitting crazy resistance. And again, they did jump up pretty well today. That thing does not look bad right there. It closed right at its high just about. And it is looking like it wants to cross through. We have to keep an eye on these metals and minings. And obviously, they are running up in AREB. We did. UPS is looking good. I remember we were looking at that, and it was way down. Actually, it's actually more down than we were looking at it because it was like back here or something. It ran up a little bit, and now it's way down. We haven't looked at it in a little while. They have earnings, but you're right. That is trying to curl up. And this one, look at it, has bounced through, bounced a couple times on there and tried to get through. Let's take a look at UPS. That is not looking bad, Luis Rodriguez. It could get run up and still pull back right there. Like I said, I'm not convinced that they're exactly ready yet. But of course, we're going to be keeping an eye on them, and we'll know when they are. And Adobe right here, this one's been down because this one would run way up there as well. And again, look at it hitting. I think that comes back down a little bit more right there. Good old Adobe. And Rare Earth went crazy today on this, just the start for the sector. I agree, Filtrate. We already talked about you. And we, what did I just do? I don't even know what I just did. There you go. I just showed you right there. There's Filtrate, everybody. And yeah, I already talked about Phil. And we appreciate you giving us AREB because that was nice. And that whole coking coal or whatever it's called right there. And oh, wait, hold on. Not AREB. What the hell is it? We were already looking at that one. What the heck was the other one that we looked at? The coking coal one. What the heck is that one? Now I don't even remember what it is. What the heck is it? AREC. I'm sorry. That's what it is. AREC. This one right here is the one Filtrate gave us. And it was really good. And it does look like it wants to run up. So I have to agree. And that was really good right there. Oh shit, your Sequoia clocked 300,000 miles this weekend. Toyota built. I would say Luis Rodriguez is a Toyota guy, guys. So his Toyota motor price target is 182. We got to hop back on there. But yes, Filtrate, thank you very much for that little tidbit right there on AREC. And we give credit where credit is due. Trust me. Like I said, I just facilitate the show right here. You guys just feed them to me. We go through, pick out the good stuff. And as you can see, there's good stuff all over the place. And we pick it out and give it out for nothing. So that's why you probably want to pay attention to the show. And I know we've been picking up a lot of new listeners, and I greatly appreciate everybody that tunes in, comes back, and likes to hang out, and of course contributes and sends over some stock tickers. So again, thanks, Filtrate. I see that you posted the AREC. Appreciate that. I couldn't think of it. And yeah, just if you think something's going to be popping, send it in. We go through them all, as you can see. And again, I'll go through the SPY big cap. So if you did post something, it came up through my Twitter. I don't know why it comes up on the StreamYard and my Twitter. So I'll go through too. But we'll break it up a little bit just to make it a little easier. So yeah, if I didn't get to your question or anything, your post, I'll get to it for sure. And let's see right here. So yeah, Luis Rodriguez is definitely a Toyota motor guy. Let's go back to that because I forgot we were talking about it. And his price target, what'd you say it was? 182. So you're talking to get through that channel right there and hit the 50. So Luis Rodriguez, he likes it to get through up here. I was talking 178, let it get there. So let's see what happens right there. I'm not saying it won't, but I do think you will see that 178 the way it's curling up. And it is hitting that MACD. I'm not even sure it's going to get through there, but you still might get to that 178 and not even cross through. And maybe it will cross through. I have no idea what they have going on. Outpaces the stock market gains. I'm not sure, but like I said, Luis Rodriguez seems to know what is going on at Toyota Motor, and he clearly has one. and he likes them, and they do run for a while if you take care of it. So there you go. And again, guys, you just drive a car until the thing dies. Who cares? Drive the wheels off of it. You don't need to buy a new car every single year or be leasing new shit. Just buy a car that you like and drive it, take care of it, and then you'll save yourself a fortune. I promise you. You don't need to be driving around in luxury vehicles every day and crazy shit like that and wasting your money. It's not worth it, trust me. And if you really have FU money down the road, do it up. But while you're making it and stacking it, who cares? Just drive a car until the wheels fall off. That's what you want to do. If you're smart about things, that's what you want to do. The ghetto stoic, he's at work and he forgot to sell Starbucks. Oh, no way. What did that go up to? Is it reverse splitting? I didn't even know. STBX, isn't it? Is that what it is? Look at that, guys. Who knows who knows if someone says Starbucks, you can just type in STBX. I can't tell you anything. I could tell you Starbucks. It's ridiculous. Are they reverse splitting? We have to look. Doesn't even look bad right here. Let's see what was happening on this thing. This is, make sure it's today. It is an STBX. Whoop, I didn't get to type in the X yet. There we go. And I don't see a reverse split. I'm not saying it's not. It looked like it did back there at the beginning of March. 13 to 15. And then it came back down to 12, but it closed out like 14 and a half-ish. It's not looking bad right here for this Starbucks, honestly. So I'm not exactly sure. Did it reverse split? I don't see anything right here. So if anybody does know, and I don't see it down here anywhere. And again, sometimes March 11th, they received staff determination notice from NASDAQ and plan to appeal. And yeah, I don't see anything. So we'll have to, somebody, if they know, let us know about that one. But yeah, it doesn't look bad right there. And we can definitely look at it tomorrow. So there you go with them boys. And like I said, if you posted one and I didn't get to it, I'll definitely get to your message. I promise. It just came up on the other side of Twitter over there, and I'll get to it. I'll run through our SPY, big caps, and all that stuff. So if you do want to see something when we did not get to it yet, post it up there, and we'll make sure we get to everything. So here we go. Let's roll through our SPY, big caps real quick, and then we'll even hit our crypto. I already told you what the prices were like. They're not looking bad, and we'll try to navigate through this market, see what it wants to do tomorrow. And again, I'm not completely convinced that they're ready. I was saying it today. They pull back. And we'll get a good look at them right here. So here we go with our SPY. It was up and it was down and then it closed up, but I'm not convinced it's going through right there. Look at it. It looks like it's pulling back. It says it's pulled back in the after hours right there. And if I had to guess, it's rolling right down. So that's what it looks like to me at the moment. That's what it looked like earlier. And that's what it looked like to me last night. So I haven't changed my mind yet. And I probably won't be convinced unless it crosses through and crosses that 20 and really crawls up. And I just don't see that happening probably this week, maybe being a slow week or a short week, I'll say, and possibly even a slower week, being that it's Good Friday and a holiday week coming up. So people do tend to take off. So we'll see. But again, this market's been wild regardless what's going on. And it just takes one tweet to make it go crazy. But again, we could see something on Sunday, like some kind of crazy Easter tweet, like, hey, go find your Easter eggs and the tariffs are off the table and everything's good. And then Monday, everything go nuts. You just never know right now. Anything can happen. So I'm just telling you, it doesn't look like it's exactly ready, but they're getting close, and we keep saying it, and they're not looking bad. Apple ran up, but again, look at it. Got into that channel. It tried. It was curling up. If it really wanted to get into that channel and run, guys, if I type it in, if it really wanted to get into that channel and run, it would have crossed through today. So that's the look you generally get. Now, anything can happen, obviously, but it doesn't look like it's ready to go through yet. We'll see tomorrow. It has a lot of resistance right there. Then you're 50, so it would get banged down on them. AM, what the fuck did I just say? AMZN, Amazon. I don't even know what I said or typed right there. But anyway, AMZN. That one was trying to cross through, but it's in that spot where it could pull itself back right there. AMZN, Amazon. And again, or it could just roll right back down. So hitting that 20. I'm not convinced it wants to get into that channel, and we'll be on at 7 a.m. and I can't even type Google, but there you go. And yeah, we'll be on at 7 a.m. for pre-market, that, and we go right through the market. So we dissect it at night, we get a good idea, and then in the morning it's already rolling at 4 a.m. So that's why you got to have a good idea. And then the night crew, early morning crew at 4 a.m. on Webull, they come in, run some of these get bad boys up. So yeah, you can trade at 4 a.m. this list, at 7 a.m., 9:30, 8 p or 7 p.m. I mean, it's crazy. We have the ultimate watch list of every single runner every single day, and we've been doing it for months and months and months, and very consistent. I mean, it doesn't matter what the market's doing, guys. I think I was going to say this earlier. I lost my train of thought, but you guys know. The people that listen all the time, the market goes down and we're still rocking and rolling like 150 percenters, 2 a day, 300 percenters, crushing the market, calling the SPY which way it's going to go. We did it for weeks and weeks as the market was going down. We had already been prepared for it. So we're always early, guys, always early, and it's only because of these stupid stock charts. I say it all the time, and it's the money trail. It just tells you what's going on. So let's go through them and see what's going on. Google not looking bad right there. This one wants to stay in this channel. Look at it. Could see Google actually stay in the channel and run up another couple bucks, and then it could run up a couple bucks and then come back down is what it could do. It's not looking bad. It's not looking perfect, but it's not looking bad. It looks a little bit better than Apple and Amazon right now. So we will be watching it, and not MEA, but good old META, good old Meta right here. And this one pulled back, and look at it. I don't really think that's a look where you're going through. So Meta looked like it was coming down, and look at that. It does look like it's coming down. And I have a feeling the rest of them are going to be doing the same thing, guys. Microsoft was not looking bad before, and remember what we said, it got into the channel, hit the 50, and now it looks like it's going to come back down. So it did basically what we had said it was going to do the other day. We were kind of impressed it got and stayed in there, and then when it ran up, boom, it got there. Now it should be pulling back for Microsoft. And the video right here, this one did get into the channel as well, and again, it could run up, hit here, and just bounce right back down from the video. So again, not completely convinced that any of these are really going to get popping just yet, and they're just getting ready to get to really get set up and get cruising. And again, we already know they're trying to get these interest rates down. Luis Rodriguez said that the Fed is speaking Wednesday. I forget what time that was. I don't know if I retweeted it, but I will. And yeah, so you never know what's going to happen. I don't think they're really going to. They could really cut some of the interest rates. I'm not going to lie. They know what he's trying to accomplish, and he has the market. They know by tariffs they can do whatever he wants, so they're going to have to work with him. And yeah, once he does it, guys, I'm telling you, the market's going to go all-time highs. It's going to be wild, guys. It's going to be so wild. You can already see it. And you guys know, and I say you can already see it. It's going to happen in about 3 months. It's just one of them things. It just happens. I don't know. I've been doing that for a while now, and now you see why I've been loading up on certain things. So just pay attention, and again, take the best opportunities. There's going to be a million of them, guys. This is like one of the lifetime kind of opportunities where you're going to see things that just got crazy, and he's going to run these things to all-time highs, and that's like an opportunity that you just don't see all the time. And again, no other person had the balls to do what he's doing, and he's just like, yeah, whatever, we got to do it. He already knows what the outcome's going to be, guys. He put his ass out there and just plays this tariff game, and just because he knows that he is going to have this market at all-time highs. And again, he has midterms coming up in like a year and a half, and they absolutely he has to lock it in. So this shit has to be running. Everything has to be smooth sailing and cruising, and he knows that, and he's not going to jeopardize anything. He's got it. He knows exactly what's going on. You just have to trust him, and I'm telling you, trust the charts and what it tells you, and be smart about it. That's for sure. So Let's cruise right through these bad boys, see what's going on here. And our Tesla that I even talk about in the video, it was up. I don't even know if I said anything. I was just staring at the chart, looking at it in the channel right there. And again, maybe it hits that 50 and bounces back down. If it's going to run up there, it could just pull right back down. It's not too far off. So that's what you could see tomorrow. And let's look at our Tesla. And I cannot type tonight, but there you go. It was in a great spot, but you can see it did not run up there. You're going to have that pullback. It could even come back into this channel, guys, and then get blasted off. You can see it's getting set up right here. And even if it misses this setup, this is the one you're going to end up catching, like down here. And then it's just going to it's going to be in this little channel and then pop back up and get rolling. And then it's going to get really cruising back up. So it's either going to catch one or two of them pop offs, and we'll be watching it to see when it is. But I kind of expect it to pull back a little bit right there, along with the rest of them. And look at it, it is bouncing off the MACD. So it has been staying up. And again, it could have some pullback. And let's cruise through the rest of these guys. I don't know what I typed in, but that's AMC. It was looking pretty good. It got into that channel and then pulled back today. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's in that channel. Just a little healthy pullback. But again, the market could get knocked down here. GameStop had been looking good anyway, and you're probably going to see it hit that 27. So we'll take a look at that tomorrow. And Chewy was not looking bad, but was down today. And I was kind of surprised. And look, it has that like crazy Pac-Man look too. And I figured it was going to try to roll right here for Chewy. So keep an eye on this thing. See if it comes back down to that 20-ish and gets rolling back up right there for CHWY. Good old Chewy right there. And let's look at Unity. We haven't looked at that, I think, in a few days. And it was dipping down and hitting that MACD. Let me see. Yeah, look at that thing. You think that's getting through right there? I highly doubt that one. So Unity looks like it's coming down. Oh, that's not. I'm like, where did that go? We're on Chewy. Netflix right here. NFLX right here. And that was popping up. But look at all this resistance coming down to try to knock it up. It was curling up really good, too. And I just don't feel like it can get through, but actually it looks pretty good right there. And again, maybe it hits that 959 and then comes back down. We'll take a look at it. It has all kinds of resistance, like I'm saying. Your 50-year hard line right there has a crazy look. We'll look at Netflix. It could run up a little bit more. And AVGO, these guys were kind of pulling back a little bit right here. And I kind of feel like they're going to. And isn't Trump going to like tariff the semiconductor? I'm telling you, he's just going around and around and around, just picking things out to fluctuate the market. And he's probably going to hit semiconductors next. So these may pull back, and you can kind of see it. It wanted to curl up, and now it's dipping back down. So you could see that one pull back. And we'll look at the rest of them. MU was up, but I think you're coming back down. I don't think that's curling through like that. It was having a good curl up. And again, we know as they curl up, they run. And then as they come and hit here and bounce down, they come back down. We know the pattern. It's nothing crazy, and it's nothing to be alarmed about. It's just the way that they have to work it right now. And TSM trying to run up, hitting that MACD, and it's probably coming back down right there. And that's what they look like. So SMCI, good old Super Micro. Remember, we were talking about it. It was looking great. It was trying to get rolling up. And I remember I was saying I wasn't convinced it was going to roll through. A couple of them we picked were coming through, and they did. But that looks like it's coming back down right there. SMCI. And I know I said I wasn't convinced that was ready. And AMD was running up, but another one I think isn't going to cross through. So I think you're going to see that pullback. And Qualcomm did pull back. It wasn't, you can see that's not getting through right there. And like I said, he could come out and tariff the semiconductors tomorrow. And these things could be dipping. Intel looks like it might roll back a little bit. So the market's not ready. He's just playing around, guys, and we know that. So we're just taking it day by day and knowing what's going on and playing the best opportunities in the meantime. Why you get ready to pick out your best opportunities for your long term, because they're going to make you your most money. These short term plays will make you some money. Don't get me wrong, but you're not trying to go like super heavy in them because they're volatile, guys. They're a little bit crazy. You got to be real careful, and you want to you want to allocate things in a wise way and not just like try to gamble. That's all. You don't want, this isn't gambling. This is kind of calculated risk is what I like to call it. And that's how I look at it. I look at it as a calculated risk as opposed to like, betting on a game where I don't have no say. And again, I don't really have much say, but the stock charts tell me certain things that I can be confident in and, like them, or they could change and I can get out of it. So that's why I say a calculated risk. It's all a risk at the end of the day. Nothing's 100% guaranteed. If it was, we'd all be doing this every single minute and it would be a piece of cake. I think that's what makes it great. It's not a guarantee. So it makes it a game, and you gotta beat the game. That's what keeps it very interesting. And honestly, that's what keeps it fresh every day. I mean, you got fresh picks every single day because it's constantly moving around. And that's what makes the market amazing. And the amazing part is when you can just go through any sector, anything that you want, and pick out the poppers and just roll around, have fun with it. That's when you have a good time. And that's what we try to do here, make it entertaining, but also educational. And obviously, we pick out the poppers. And again, you don't even want to play them all. We pick out way too many. I couldn't post them all. Let's put it that way. That's how many poppers we pick out on the daily, guys. 100%ers galore. And again, if you don't pick the 100%er to play and you hit one that was 70%, take it. I mean, where are you getting 70% hits at? It's crazy. So yeah, don't always look at these grand slam 100%ers also. Just trade the one smart. Look at them, see where your resistance is, catch a good trade, get in and out, and just keep on moving. And then, when the market, the opportunities present themselves for the grand slams and it's really cruising along, when the market wants to run to its all-time highs, that's when you nail your grand slams on your big caps because they pay you really, really well. And again, that's how you have to think about this calculated risk. So just keep that in mind going forward, because again, you're at a very important time right here where calculated risk could change your life. I mean, literally could change your life. So just play it smart. That's all you got to do. Don't gamble it. Play it very smart. Don't rush into things. Be a little patient with things. And yeah, listen to the show. We point it out every single day. We're always on it. This one looks like snow. Looks like it's going to be coming down. So we could have a little snowfall right here, it looks like. So keep an eye on that little snowfall there. And Dell, that was up today. I remember seeing it, and look at it hitting that line, pulling back. And I don't think Dell's going through either. Yeah, it did cross through, but barely. It's in that spot where it wants to pull itself back and dip down right there. So that's what Dell looks like. So all of them pretty much have that look. PLTR was an exception, guys. Remember, that thing looked great, and we said it was going to run up. Look at it. It was up over $4 right there. And again, out of all of them that really wanted to move, remember, PLTR was looking great. 90.80 to 97.33. It's at 91.48. That's a perfect trade for you in a day right there. You can call it a day right there. Boom. Hey, PLTR looked perfect. It was going up. It was rolling up there. You zeroed in on that one, and bam, you nailed it. FATN, Sam, I'll put that on the list. Actually, we'll do that in a minute. I forgot to add it. I meant to add that one because that fat tube or something is like something good. What is it called? Fat something. We'll do it now. FATN, fat pipe. When I say fat tube, fat pipe. I know we were talking about the other day. It was a new IPO, and it did run up a little bit today here. So let's look at FATN, and it's not looking too bad. I'd have to look at it tomorrow, to be honest, but it did run up. I know it did run up today, that fat pipe right there. Somebody was smoking that thing, but no, it's not looking bad. You can see some kind of resistance, something trying to cut through it. Again, it's so new that it's hard to see. I don't really get much data, but just from the candle look, not looking bad. So that's what your fat pipe, FATN, looks like right there. And now we'll hop back and look at, we were looking at PLTR, and that was running up, but Sophie hasn't looked the best. And again, I don't think it's making it through. So Sophie could be coming back down. And here's Mara. This thing's been getting set up, guys. Look at it. It jumped up 44 cents to stay up here. It's been trying to anyway. We know that, and Riot has. If I type it in right there, you go. Look at it in that channel. Probably get up here and pull back because they're not exactly ready. But crypto is looking pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. And here's Riot just kind of running around down here. And again, it's been trying to get set up, and it's just not ready yet. But they're just keeping themselves in the right spot for when it's ready, and they can get rolling there. So two more to keep a good eye on, and Clean Spark right here in that channel, and another one, it wants to rip, it's just not ready to. So that one's been wanting to rip as well. And good old MicroStrategy right here was up, but look at it hitting that resistance, hitting this MACD. I think it gets pulled back, although that is a good look right there. MicroStrategy's been crazy lately. Look at that look. That is pretty right there. I must say, we're looking at MicroStrategy tomorrow. He could have a bounce, and I don't even know. That thing looks crazy right there, guys. We're definitely have to look at MicroStrategy. MSTR. Keep an eye on that. That is one wild look after it was up $11, and it looks really good, I must say. So I'm not sure what's going on. Strategy buys Bitcoin. DuPont and Peloton upgrade. I don't even know what that is, but or what they're doing, what their upgrade is. And they bought the strategy bought more Bitcoin during volatile week. So yeah, they might have loaded up at the right time possibly, but still, I don't know. It looks really good right there. We'll be keeping an eye on that. And how about Coinbase? Wasn't looking bad, but again, I don't know how much it's going to go up. And Robinhood wasn't bad either, and it's in that channel. We were looking at it the other day, and look at it, it's trying to get that Pac-Man. Let's look at if it is. It actually kind of came back down, so you might get that pull back after it hits that 50, or it's just going to pull back down. And that is Robinhood right there, HOD. And let's take a look at our Trump Media DJT right here and see what he's up to. Up 4 cents. Look at that. That's impressive. Hitting that 20. You're coming down and going to roll off. He is up over it, though. And again, he ran up the other day. I don't know how, but I know how. He made like the second biggest market day in ever. And that's how. But yeah, it's just sitting here and it's not going anywhere bad. So it's just chilling. That was your bottom down here. And he has plenty of space now from 1542. He's in 18. And he's good to go right there. And good old Fun's been following it. And look at this thing just getting set up, guys. Just waiting. It's like you can put us in this channel. It'll roll up. It's ready at any moment. It can bounce off this MACD, come back down a little bit, get set up again, and easily run up with anytime it wants to. It looks like it wants to now, and it could easily just keep playing that. So that looks like it will be getting fun. PHUN, and the whole market will be. I know that. And MT, since I couldn't put the yen in there, this thing looks like it could run up right here. What is it? ArcelorMittal. I've never even heard of this. It's a steel company. MT. Let's see. Now that thing's going to hit that and come down. You can see it right there. So that doesn't even stand a chance. And MTN, though, Val Resorts, this thing had taken a big dip, and look at it. It is trying to get set up, guys. I don't know if it'll cross through, but you might get some run up on that curl up. We know they do. So just look for that. McDonald's was up today pretty good. And remember, that was looking pretty good. It did cross through. I was actually impressed. And it could actually continue to go. I don't know what the hell they had going on, but McDonald's looked pretty damn good. Not their food, but the thing did. What did they do? Beat the market the Zacks way. I don't know what the hell they did, but it did look good right there for MCD. And how about Boeing was up a little bit, and that is trying to curl up, but another one I'm just not sure it's getting through all that resistance, and it looks like it's going to go flat and pull back. So I have a feeling you're going to see that pull back and not get through tomorrow unless they literally like take the tariffs off the table or something crazy happens. And Space is actually trying to get set up here, but I don't think it's ready, so it might have to pull back again, and this thing's been a disaster. I'm not going to lie. I just don't think that's getting through right there. And how about IBM not looking bad, curling up, but again, hitting the resistance right there, and probably going to be pulling back, so you can keep an eye on that. And that is IBM, and look at it, does look like it's going to pull back right there. They're just not ready yet, and that's perfectly fine. Disney's down here, and that's probably going to roll off that bottom and try to get cruising back up. And Oxy was up a little bit, and look at that. It's going to have a big old fish hook, and ExxonMobil is kind of similar. Look at that big old fish hook trying to get set back up. And Nike right here was up $1, and it is trying to curl up. I don't think it's going to go through, but it is trying to curl up for a little bit of a run. And DXYZ was up a little bit, and another one doing the same thing. I think it's going to bounce back down. And there you go. And there's your futures right there. Actually, it doesn't say it down here. Didn't we notice it said it somewhere? I forget. Was that it right there? It was telling us our futures and stuff. There's our Forex and stuff down there. But yeah, there's our gold. Looks like it's up right there. I don't know if that's the after hours, but there you go. Didn't tell us the other day. I guess there was no economic releases. There you go, right here. I forgot that that's there. So yeah, tomorrow you have the Empire State Manufacturing export prices and import prices. And then Wednesday, you have MBA, the mortgages, the retail sales, a bunch of other stuff. Luis Rodriguez said that the Fed was speaking at some point. I forget what time it was. And then Thursday, you have some more stuff right there. So there you go with that. And let's see what's going on. Asia shares rise and bonds hold steady on some tariffs reprieve, and stock investors cheer tariff exemptions. And Dow rises more than 300% or 300 points. I mean, not 300%. Stocks rise led by Japan on auto tariff reprieve. U.S. stock futures slide after S&P 500 post back-to-back gains, and Trump says he is considering tariff relief for car companies. So again, just playing big tariff games. And FATN, we got that. Let me look over here on the X account and see if I missed anything over here. Let me see. Let's take a look. And yeah, Scott's been listening since the beginning. That's for sure. I did post out. And again, I was just trying to figure out today how to get rid of more of them spam messages. Holy cow, you can't even like post anything and have anybody like comment. It's just nonstop. But looks like it's a little bit better, but who knows? And yeah, Jimbo, not sure, but Jimbo HIT was printing today. It was a beauty all day, and then it pulled back, it looked like, at the end of the day, and then ran up at the after hours. So yeah, it was definitely up all day. And what's Arlo doing? I haven't looked at that in a while. I remember we've looked at Arlo before. It looks like it was trying to run up there. What, in the after hours? Maybe it says 937 right there. Let me see. ARLO. That one's hitting that line. And another one, I'm just not so sure. Where's it at? 937. So up here. Oh, down here. Right there. So yeah, it'd have to get up there. I just not sure if they're going to cross through right there. We'll be looking at them at 7 a.m. That is for sure. You know that. How's it going, Nader? And actually, I'm going to have Nader. Well, I'll set up Nader, and we're going to have he's a TrendSpider representative, and I'll have him come on and talk about TrendSpider and tell you a bunch of better stuff than I can tell you. And then we'll give the affiliate link and a discount and stuff. So if anyone's interested in that, so I'll definitely set that up with Nader. I've been talking to him, so we just got to set that up. Maybe we'll try to do it in the next day or two, because on this weekend they'll have really good special. Like I said, every holiday it's like 50%. It's the best time to do it, I would say. And the Fed chair speaks on Wednesday at 1:30. So Jerome Powell speaks at on Wednesday, it says. So there you go. And LGMK we did. And yeah, Jay Kratz, he's been tuning in very early since October, and he's always tuning in and posting stuff. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, I didn't add the Epstein list. I was saying we should see when we're gonna see that gold in Fort Knox, and then and let freaking Joe Exotic out. Holy cow, that poor guy sitting in a federal prison. And Jesus, man, could you imagine your life just like withering away in a federal prison? And again, they have like enough evidence where he should just be like going out walking free. I mean, it's pretty bizarre. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's a shame. Just think about it. Like, could you imagine that's your life, right? Like, you're in a federal prison. He was just posting. He was supposed to do a show. They were on lockdown. He couldn't even do the show. I mean, it's crazy, guys. It would be insane. So There you go, like that. And Jimbo, appreciate you tuning in, of course. And LGMK, I think we might have got to all them. Did I get to everything? CDT and DXF, we did them for Barb right there. And I think we did get everything. Wow, I think I got everything. That's pretty impressive. And let's see what else yeah, Nader just he'll definitely we'll set that up for sure in the next few days. And like I said, because it would be best to do it before the weekend, and that way, like I said, they'll have this special, I'm sure, Good Friday, Easter, all that good stuff, and then obviously the next holiday. But yeah, I know I definitely signed up on a holiday for sure. And they offer a great special, so you might as well take advantage of it, and then take advantage of all the great stuff. And again, Nader can tell us way better information. Again, you guys see right here, I'm on it. You guys see what I have, the charts and everything. And we can also have it set up so that the charts are set up for you, like how I have them. That's easy. They can do that. And they can also give you a couple scanners. That's a piece of cake, too. So we can definitely add all that stuff in because I can easily share these scanners and do that. So they were telling me all that. So yeah, we can have that all set up for people. And again, here's some decent ones, possibly, perhaps a Airbnb looks like it could be pulling back. AOS, look at this guy. This looks like it's not looking bad. AO Smith Corporation. ADP, the automatic data processing, looks pretty good right there. And how about Pool? I don't know if that's making it up there. And Exact, that looks pretty good. Excel on, that's not looking bad. And how about DE? I don't know. That's in that channel, but doesn't look bad. And that one doesn't look bad either. So here's a bunch of other ones. And again, you can have access to all this good stuff. And I go through these all the time. There's so many great ones here. And that's basically what Laptop Travel does to get his list as well. I'm not exactly sure what he uses, but again, you'd have access to a ton of great stuff. So again, I'll let Nader talk more about it, but just something that we'll bring on so you guys have an opportunity for that. And if you're interested in it for sure, and you can hear about it and all that good stuff. But yeah, ARBB, we did look at that. Look at it. It's on the scanner right there. Thing picks up everything. I'm telling you, it's insane. And yeah, you can just go through and see what's going on at any good point. So there you go with that. And let's see what else is going on. I think I got everything there. Let me see if I got all the messages. We did that FATN right there. We got everything else over there. We read our stories. And let's see what's on the scanners real quick. And we'll catch that real fast. And then we'll wrap it up as it's hitting 11 o'clock. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. to hit the pre-market. And obviously Bull and USAR. We looked at that one. That's at whatever it's called, USA Rare Earth. I couldn't think of it. What's MP right here? Let's see what that's up to. What is MP? MP Materials. Yeah, I think we might have. Did we look at that? I don't remember, but there you go. There's another one of the metals and mining ones. And we looked at McDonald's and Children's Places way down. Remember, we had caught a nice popper off this way before. That one's pulling back. Their earnings don't look like they were that great. And there you go with them guys. And let's see what's going on the scanners over here and see if we see anything that grabs our attention. We probably saw everything. And keep an eye on that SUNE. We went over it. Not looking bad. That ran up. Logic Mark. Ford could be running up. Remember, we were looking at Ford, and it keeps bouncing off that support line right there. And there's our Palantir, not looking bad. Apple, AREC, look at that. Filtrate was all over that. IQ pulled back down there, not ready just yet. And there's that BBAI. Is that big bear? That looks like it's just kind of hanging out down there. And DNN, this one is a uranium one. This one we had looked at plenty of times. It don't look like it's completely ready just yet. And let's see what else is going on right here. I don't see anything else crazy. There's Neo. Isn't that China car manufacturer one? Yep, there you go. And that looks like it's going to hit that line and possibly bounce back down. So nothing real crazy there. We'll look over here, see if anything has any crazy volume. We'll just go there. And that Kids we've looked at. Bull, obviously. This one looks like it could be trying to set up. It does look like it might be an ETF or something. Yeah. Principal Spectrum Tax Advantage, and they have a lot of dividends. I don't usually mess with stuff like that. That ARTL we talked about. And what else is going on? What's stacked? That thing looked like it was getting stacked today and running up, huh? Stack Inc. Didn't we just look at that oil and gas? Someone just brought that up on our show the other day. I know they did. STAK. I forget unless we saw it on the scanner. But we just talked about that. I remember that thing. I'm not sure if someone sent it in, what happened, but we were looking at it. And again, we just happen to see like every single popper. You just can't even trade them all or look at them or post them all. But we definitely talk about them and point them right out, what gets set up and what doesn't. And there you go. I'd say we nailed everything right there. So I'd say that's a pretty good market review for today on a Monday. And again, I honestly think that market could be pulling back tomorrow. That's what it looks like to me. Keep an eye on that bull because that could be running up in the morning. And look at that MACD. You're hitting it. And I don't think we're getting through, guys. I think that 20 is bringing us down and we're riding it down. That was a curl up run. That's what it looks like to me. It's looked like that's in Sunday night, even probably Friday after the close. And so that's what it looks like. And it hasn't really changed there. So we got a little run up on some today. And there you go, everybody. I'd say that's a good market review. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm just making sure I got everything, hitting the refresh here just to see. And I do think I got everything. If not, hit me up with a comment or a message, and we'll take a look at it. And we'll be back at 7 a.m. We'll do our Jolie's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns, and of course we'll look at crypto. Oh, we didn't look at crypto. Hold on, let me get there real quick. I'm glad I said that. We'll look at Bitcoin real quick, see where it's at the moment. And here we go. Here's Bitcoin. We'll look at crypto and everything else that's going to be popping tomorrow to SPY, big caps, and all that at 7 a.m. And actually, that's not looking bad right there at 85,000 jumping up. Solana was looking great. I'm telling you, we were saying that. And now we definitely have to look at these because they're not looking bad. And that's in that. It was looking good coming through there. It's in that channel. It could stay in there, but it was looking a little bit better earlier. And let's look at Ethereum and see what that's up to right here. Here we go. And that looks like it's going to try to get into that, like get up to the 20 area at least. And let's look at Ripple real quick and see what that's doing. XRP right here. And let's see. And then I'll try to bring up the ETF. And Ripple's right in that channel, should be cruising around. And let me see if I can just grab the ETF real quick and see where it was. It was pulling back just a hair earlier. Let me see where it's at. Hold on. I gotta verify I'm a human. I hate this thing. It drives you nuts. But anyway, here it comes, and it's at it went up to 7 point. It's down to 7.1. It was a little bit higher, but it is at 7.1. So I think it was at 7.3 a little bit ago. So nothing crazy. And again, it looked like Solana was pulling back a little bit. Nothing I'm worrying about right there. So I'd say we're good to go. And that 5 million looks like it's probably the market cap on it. So I'm just kind of taking a look. Yes, it's at 7.1 right there. So nothing crazy. And we'll see if it wants to run back up. And again, this crypto not looking bad. The market's going to get set up right there. Yeah, look at that stack ran way up, STSS. And we'll see that LM logic mark. That'll be moving tomorrow there. So keep an eye on that. And again, tune in at 7 a.m. And if you're not following along, follow along on X and YouTube and all that good stuff. And I'll keep you guys posted. You know I always do. We nailed the market again today. I told you I wasn't confident. Right at the top when it ran up, I said it. I'm not so confident that thing's going to work out today. And then it pulled right back down like it was no big deal. It did close up, but I think we're coming back down tomorrow. So I think that's what we're going to be prepared for in the morning. And that's what we could see. So you will see some poppers. We went through them. I will post out my list. Let me put it on top of the stock cube so I do remember there. And there you go, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out, contributing. It's a team effort on this show. I promise you. I just kind of facilitate it and roll it around and look at the charts, and we go from there. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let us know. We have a great community, a ton of knowledgeable people. I see a ton of people always talking to each other, And so, yeah, just have a good time, and we try to make it entertaining and obviously educational at the same time. That's why I do like to talk about trading smart and those kind of things, and kind of allocating things in a wise way. I've been doing this for over 20 years, guys. So I've definitely seen a lot in the markets, every single market condition. I was trading during the '08 crash. So I definitely have seen it all. And look, I'm still doing it. So, clearly I have a little bit of experience, and I've learned from many of mistakes. I can promise you that. It's the only way you're going to learn in this thing is make a mistake. So you can't be afraid of things, but you do have to do it wise, smart, and allocate things the proper way. And that's how you really get ahead in this. So there you go. Any questions, let us know. We'll be on at 7 a.m. for pre-market. And that is a great night, everybody. So thank you so much for hanging out. And I will catch you guys in the morning. Have a great night, and I will see you guys at 7 a.m.